going to explore one one interesting services in AWS, related to all the container service in AWS, whatever we have. So those we will explore today in deep dive, and also at end of this we will give you some small demo and hands-ons, so that it will be more clear to you guys. So before that, so if you guys want to try with me along with me, so then please open your AWS console, and what you talk, uh, my previous video, right? I talk about like EC2 instance, launch and then set up all these things, Docker, all these things, right? So hope that setup is done for you guys, so that from my previous video where we left, right, from there we'll start again today here. So what today basically we're going to learn, like in Amazon Web Service, there are in container, right, related, we have like ECR, where we want to store our images, right, container images, right. So ECR is nothing but Elastic Container Registry, and then where we'll launch our container, right. So we are launching our container code in AWS service name is ECS, and then we are by serverless architecture will follow, no, by using Fargate will deploy. So our agenda today, this only these three, and along with that, I will talk about a little bit load balancer, because in this demo I will use load balancer also. So to complete this session, like we need some prerequisites Docker and AWS CLI. So that should be handy. If you guys not yet watched my previous video, Docker and AWS CLI, how we can do the setup. So please watch that, so that it will this demo and this session, it will be more easy to you guys to understand. Okay, so I will give you that in the video description, that those two Docker and AWS CLI links, so that for you it will be helpful. First of all, we need to understand what is ECS, right? So ECS is the Elastic Container Service in AWS service that allow us to orchestrate, right? Orchestrate in the sense whatever infrastructure I would like to create, right? So that infrastructure we can create by using this ECS. It's kind of container, we can run our container code, right? Whatever Docker code we are writing, right? The Docker container code we can deploy through this ECS, okay? It's like an orchestra and like a Kubernetes we have, right? So Kubernetes also we have, then Docker Swarm we have, right? So basically what it used to allow, to update, deploy, rollback, scale up, all these things, whatever we are doing our development, right? That everything we can do here. Okay. Architecture diagram, what we will going to do, first we will create our ECR container where we will keep our all the images. Then we will create our one service ECS. Then that ECS will run through Fargate. Okay, and that Fargate, and then in front of that we will put a load balancer. Okay, so that once we will hit the load balancer URL, we can able to see whatever application we are launching. Right, today we will demonstrate like one static application. So now once we will hit that load balancer IP address to that browser, right, we are good to see that. Okay, so let me give you a hands-on on that. So for that, what I would like to create here, I want to create here, like one is registry, Elastic Container Registry. So since I have already visited, right, it is displaying here. If you guys can search also here, like ECR, if you type here, right, it will come. Let me show you. So Elastic Container Registry, right? Okay, so let's click on that. Get start. Since nothing is there, so I get start. So it's a public. So let me give you one here, something like that I can give. Then create. Okay. Now our container ECS container registry is now it's ready, right? So now we are good to push our images here. So to push the images, right, what we need. So this is the command, basically it's specified. So to push the images all, first we need to do the Docker login. So before that, we need to set up our AWS CLI. Okay. So if you are not done that, please do that also and follow my previous videos so that it will for you, it will give you more clear understand how you can handle that. Okay. So since I have already done, so let me copy this one in terminals. So logged in successful, right? Since I have already configured the CLI, that's why it is logged in successful. From CLI, all my credential details it took. Okay. Then I will create. I have already created image all in my previous video, right? Let me show you that. So the static website, right? We have created this image, right? Right. So this is image is running, right? If you hit, you can able to see that image, right? So same image. Now we'll push that image to in the ECR container. Okay. So for that only what command, first we need to log in Docker, then we need to tag that image. We need to build that image. Okay. Name will be more easy. Now I'm creating the image with this name. Okay. Now I need to tag that image. Okay. So tag that image. So if you see now Docker, here we have our images, right? This is the image, right? So now we are good to push our image also. So this is the command. We can push that to our ECR container. It is down. So image push is done. Now let's go to the AWS console. So just refresh this. Now our image is came, right? So now let me go to ECS. Let's create one container here. A container name. ECS, something like that. Okay. Working is took the default VPC. If you guys want to create your own VPC and if it is there, then you can choose that VPC also. It will drop in the drop. In my next subsequent video, I will talk about that VPC also. Okay. Now for the default VPC, these are the subnet is there. So like I was talking about, right? Fargate, right? This is a serverless, right? So container, it's like it's a orchestra, like orchestra management kind of thing, right? So by using that, we can deploy EC2 instance, we can create S3 bucket, we can create we can do like EBS, we can attach EBS, we can create ENI, everything we can do, right? So now I am not this ECR, I am not running by EC2. I will run by Fargate, like serverless architecture, like AWS Lambda. It's a serverless service, right? Similarly, this Fargate also is a serverless. Like we can without EC2 instance, we can like run our container through Fargate. Okay. So let me clear that. Maybe in my next video, I will show you how we can use the EC2 also. So it will take few second time to launch this ECR. So time let me open that tab. Let me open that ECR, that image URL we need, right? ECR. Let me open up the site. This is our image URL. So it is started, right? Now it is created successfully, right? So what we need to do, if you click on the inside, right? So it is Nothing is running, no tasks, nothing is running, right? So let me create one task definition. So whenever you want to run any container, right? So first we need to create a task definition. In the task definition, we need to specify our container image, which container we want to run as a cluster, right? So let me create one task definition here. So task, something like that idea. Okay. Close it up. And this is our image URL, right? I took from the ECR container, right? If it is not a ECR, right? Suppose your container is some other place, right? Suppose in that Docker Hub or some other place, right? From there also you can take it. Okay. I give like this. I will not change anything. Health check also as it is. I will keep all are optional, right? So Docker configuration basically from where you want to start, like entry point, all these things we can specify. So since I am not doing those, so maybe in my subsequent video I will show you how we can put the entry point, all these things. This is the Fargate. This is my operating system. This is memory, task role. I am not selecting anything as it is default. Let's keep as default. And this is the role. So this is the period. Okay, so create is done. Task is created. Okay. So this is done. So go to cluster. Let me create one service. Now our next step is we need to create a service, and in that service we need to attach the task definition, right? So let's go to here. See that existing cluster, right? Cluster came here and target selected already. And it's the latest. Okay. And then we have to specify demo and latest is 2. Okay. That is the name it's created, right? If you like to specify any revision name, you can specify it also. If you click here, then it will ask you like which revision you want to specify, right? Like that also it will ask. So I am just giving as it is default. Then server service name, right? Suppose okay, like that. I will desire task is one only. I will keep as it is and load balancing, right? I will go for by load balancing only here. Okay. I have already one load. So load balancing also there are different kind of load balancing is there. So there are application method. I will talk about more in details in my subsequent video. So I have already created one load balancing also. So let me select that. It looks like. Let me give the load balancer like this name. Import HTTP create a target group. We can give like demo something like that. Okay. Target group and health check second. Something better. I will not select anything now as it is. So it is deploying that task. Just wait. Take few seconds. I hope to complete. Just it is deploying. If you see here, let's check our task definition is active or not. Yeah, it is active. First, it is not no task is running, right? So it will take. Once the task is deployed, right, it will be in the running state. Right? If you like to see like what it is happening, right, in the cloud front, you can check that. In the cloud formation, right, it will show you like what it is happening. Yeah, all the step it will show, which is in progress, which is completed successful, those things will come. This log we can check in that CloudWatch also. If you would like to see the logs, right? If you go to CloudWatch, there also that entry will create. I will talk about more details about this CloudWatch, cloud formation, all these things. Just I want to show you like whatever we had deployed right here is pending. Okay, it is in progress, almost is done. So go to the log speed. See, one is running, right? So check here. Now it is running. It's container service. We check here health check, right? It is running one healthy, all these things, right? Go to that load balancer, and this is the load balancer DNS, right? So security. Now we are good to see. Our web page is came, right? Welcome to this is our that web page, right? If you see, right, where we are running in our local container, right? Let me show you in the Docker container, right? See, welcome to cloud Docker ECS. This is our, this has to come, right? This is from this HTML page, right? So if you see now this HTML page is loaded here. So now our container is running and our whatever in the container static web page, right? This is the static web page, right? And it is running fine. So we are good to go. Okay, very interesting, right? So it's done. So we can check the logs also here, like I said, right? In that CloudWatch, what it is happening, right? We can check here logs. Let me show you that it is going all the logs, right? You can check the logs like what it is happening, what it is creating, it started or startup, all these things you can check. Okay. And also one more thing you can do here in that cloud formation also you can check like all the tasks, right? It's completed, right? So something like that. So so I think that's it about this all this demo. So hope you guys benefit this by using this one, and it will really helpful to you guys, I hope. So if you like this, so please subscribe my channel and share with your friend. And if you feel like any doubt or anything you have or any suggestion you have, please put your valuable comment in that description box, in the comment box, so that in my next subsequent video I will address those. Okay, thanks, bye.